What's going on, NPL fans? My name is Frosty, aka the Alpha Lock and Rock, and today I am bringing you guys our Week 9 matchup, and it is actually a rematch versus Nyrex? Is it Nyrex? Is it Nyrex? Hold on one second. Yes, Nyrex. So it is against Nyrex and his Brussel Bellsprouts. So we faced him in week 2. We didn't do all that great. We still pulled a win out. We pulled a 1-0 win. But we get to rematch him again in the second to last week of the NPL. And a win is needed here in order to hopefully still make playoffs, as we're not in the best spots right now, but we do need 2 wins in these next 2 weeks to get into the playoffs. So if you look at it, his team consists of Mightior, Mega Altaria, Xurkitree, which is his Zmon, Heatran, Amoonguss, Slowking, Mamoswine, Accelgor, Sock, Liepard, and Mismagius. Now last time we faced him, he brought Mightior, Heatran, Slowking, Sock, Liepard, and I don't remember the last one. I think it was, I know it wasn't Amoonguss. I can't remember who he brought. I know it wasn't Xurkitree either, because I wasn't worried about that. So we're still, so he still has a scary team. That Mega Altaria is always still a threat, especially if it is Dragon Dance Altaria. So with that, we built this team in mind for what he had. And so we'll get right on into it. And starting off with the first mod we decided to bring Selkie, our Lucario. Now this is a special Lucario, as it has priority with Vacuum Wave. It also has Psychic, Dark Pulse, and Flash Cannon, as it does have it's basically there to, it has enough coverage moves to kill pretty much anything, and it has Flash Cannon one-shots the Mightior, and Vacuum Wave does 50% to Heatran. Dark Pulse is there for his Slowking, and then Psychic for his Sock. So now we have just enough investments to outspeed the fastest mon on this team, which is 151 base speed. We're also rocking a Life Orb and the Justified there. So probably should change that to, I probably should change that to Steadfast, just that way if he decides to bring the Mamoswine, I would get any flinches with like an Icicle Crash. I would be able to get around it, but if it was Mamoswine, I'd go for Earthquake anyways. So I don't think it really matters. But it's got a little bit of a defense investments, full special attack investments, and a little bit of speed. Like I said, just enough speed to get around it. Vacuum Wave is just there to kind of clean up a mon and revenge kill and all of that. So with the next mon we're bringing our White Snee. This is our Suicide Lead Snee with Ice Beam, Will-O-Wisp, Destiny Bond, and Spikes. I definitely want to set up layers of Spikes, as he has really nothing to defog or spin them away. So once they're up, they're pretty much there to stay, and then Destiny Bond is to try and catch something off guard, trying to kill me. Will-O-Wisp is to try to get a burn on something. If you were to bring Mamoswine in and get a burn on a Mamoswine, it would be hugely critical right there. And an Ice Beam just in case he brings one of the flying units or something that is weak to ice. So Curse Body, just because it's Curse Body, full HP investments, full speed investments. I outspeed most of his team. I think I even outspeed Mega Altaria if it's Bulky Altaria +1. If it's no speed invested Bulky Altaria, then I would outspeed it. If not, if it is full speed invested, then I will not outspeed it at +1. So next we're bringing Mantine with a Chardy Berry. This is for his Sock, for his Mamoswine, for anything that rocks a Stone move that wants to try to do damage to this. We're also rocking Scald, Haze, Ice Beam, and Roost, as Haze will be my #1 counter for Dragon Dance Altaria, and then Ice Beam to do damage. A little bit of speed investments, mostly physically defensive, as I need to be able to eat that Stone Edge that I have a feeling is coming. So Water Absorb, pretty much there just to wall out his Slowking, but I do know Slowking does get access to Thunderbolt, so I need to be definitely careful of that one. So next we're bringing Cynthia Garchomp. This is Yachi Berry Garchomp with Stealth Rock, Dragon Claw, Earthquake, and Iron Head. Basically, it's got just enough speed to get to that 152 speed tier, as even at +1, I would never outspeed Mega Altaria if it's speed invested. So I just decided to put some bulk into it to give me the bulk. Special attack, a little bit in the defenses, just because with the extra 16, I believe if I took that 16, I don't get. Yeah, oh, I guess I could have, but I don't know why I did the 16 there. That was kind of weird. But yeah, I did. Okay, I guess I could have just pumped it into health, but whatever. A little bit of defenses comes in handy, I guess. But full attack invested, full speed invested. Like I said, just enough speed to outspeed his fastest mon at 151. Like I said, I would never outspeed it anyway. I would never outspeed my Galataria anyways, unless I was scarfed. So I'm not going to worry too much about it. Next, we are bringing Princess Leia. This is our Expert Belt Princess Leia with Psychic Moonblast, Shadow Ball, and Hidden Power Ground. This has just enough speed to get to 151, which I don't know why I chose that. Why is it not a 152? Hold on one second. There we go. There, 152. There we go. Change that a little bit. Okay, so a little bit of, just to get to 152. I don't know why it was a 151. I don't know. But it has pretty much the Expert Belt, which Psychic hits everything hard, and then Moonblast would hit everything hard, Shadow Ball as well for his Ghost type, should he decide to bring that, and then Hidden Power Ground for the Heatran again, as Expert Belt will do clean works to it, and if possibly even revenge it, should it be low enough in range to be revenged. I believe that is, yeah, like I said, his fastest mon is 151. And then lastly, we are bringing our Muck, a Nightstand, with Poison Jab, Brick Break, Knockoff, and Shadow Sneak. This is full defense invested. Now, at +1, I can live one Earthquake from a Mega Altaria and get a Poison Jab off. And Poison Jab does a clean 80 to 90%. So, if he's already taking damage, I can at least put him in range of getting killed with a Shadow Sneak on the next turn. So, and then Brick Break is for that Heatran, and Knockoff because it's Knockoff. So, it hits the slow game. So with that, this is our team. Got Poison Touch, and he's also rocking the Assault Vest too. So he has all the bulk defense. She has all the bulk defenses that she needs, and all of that. So yeah, and then the 4 into the HP. And so with that, again, we have Selkie, Whitesney, Mantine, Cynthia, Princess Leia, and When I Stand, Arbok. So next you guys will see will be our battle. Okay guys, we're back, and here is the post-battle footage. Let me actually turn that down to normal before we go into this. So as you can see, I pretty much called a lot of the mons I thought he was going to bring. He did bring the sock last time. It was Scarf Sock, so I am a little wary of this sock when I do see it on the team matchup list, just because last time he brought it, he could have actually swept through my team with it, so I am prepared for it this time. He did bring Altaria this time. I am expecting it to be a Dragon Dance variant and a with probably Earthquake to cover Muck and Return because it's the strongest stab. He does bring the Heatran. He does bring the Mamoswine this time. Last time he didn't bring the Mamoswine, so this time I am assuming it is his Rock Setter. Something to try to get rocks up on my side of the board. So my safest bet and my lead is always to go with Sneeze, since she is a suicide lead. So I'm going to start off with her as he decides to lead with Mamoswine. Now here is a very, very crucial play, and I actually missed this in the beginning of the match, and this would have played very, very big if I had actually noticed it. So as this goes, you noticed he goes first. I noticed he went first, but it didn't process to me, because I should have realized Snee has a 178 speed tier, should not have been outsped. This Mamoswine is scarfed, and I should have noticed that, but I didn't. So this comes into play later, as this would have definitely come in huge on these next 2 turns, because in the next 2 turns I could have set up a free layer of spikes, knowing that 1, he's disabled, he's scarfed into his disabled move, so he can't use Stone Edge again, and 2, I might be able to catch whatever he comes in on with something coming in. So with that, I decided to go for Will-O-Wisp here because I want to get this thing burned. I missed. It's Pokemon, it happens. If that would have hit, that would have been amazing, but he is disabled out, so he does have to switch out here now that I know that he's scarfed after the fact. So here I decide I'm also going to switch out. He goes into Heatran, as I also decide to switch out, and I switch into Mantine. Now Mantine I'm okay with, as he reveals the Hidden Power Electric. Here I just try to go for a Scold just to do some damage, and with that damage I realize one thing. That should have done a lot more. This is either a very bulky invested Heatran, or it is Assault Vest. And so with that, I can't really take anything. I can't really go. I have to keep it. I have to assume that this is a bulky attack set. So with that, I know I can't live another one. I know I don't outspeed it. So I decide I'm going to switch out here. I'm going to switch into Muck, as Muck can eat whatever hit this thing wants to do. And I know it's going to go for another Hidden Power Electric. So I eat that up. So on this one, I want to knock off the item because I don't know if he's rocking the Assault Vest. And if he is, I definitely want to get it out of the way. And come to find out, he actually is rocking the Assault Vest. So this definitely comes in handy later, because since I brought Special Lucario, that Assault Vest would have helped keep him alive, and I definitely did not want that, considering the Vacuum Wave is my only thing to hit this thing with. So with that, I decided I'm gonna switch out again. I know I'm not this. I know he's gonna go for the Earth Power, and then I decide to make the ballsy move. Does he go for, does he go for Earth Power expecting me to switch back, or does he go for this? I need to scare this thing out, so I make the ballsy move on this play after getting Mantine in, and I decide I'm gonna switch into Garchomp, predicting the Hidden Power Electric. And I switch into Garchomp, and luckily my prediction pays off as he goes for Hidden Power Electric. Now I know he's got to get out of here. He has to get out. So I take this opportunity to get my rocks up, because once the rocks are up, they're up to stay. And I need to get these things out. So here I go for, I go for Earthquake, as I need to take the chance to kill. Sorry, I wanted to go for rocks, but I decided I actually wanted to go for Earthquake, because if he decided to stay in, I wanted to get the Heat Train out of the way, as that thing was pretty much the only thing that was stopping my Lele from just doing complete work to his team. So he switches out, and he actually switches into Emperor here, and Emperor takes an Earthquake, and I notice the thing does 53%. I notice no item afterwards. And so I'm thinking, okay, this is either a berry or it is an attack variant with an Assault Vest. It's a pivot set, which with the Assault Vest. So I don't really know for certain. I didn't get a chance to ask my opponent if it was, but I'm assuming it's probably Assault Vest meant to take on special it's basically probably a defensive set, or either that or a Trick Room type set, as he does have a kind of a slower-ish team. I'm not quite for certain exactly how he wants to do it, so I'm assuming this is a pivot set as he wants to get in. So I just decide I'm going to Earthquake again. If he decides to leave it in, I know it does 53%. I don't know if it's high roll or low roll or mid roll, but if it's mid roll, I will take it out on this next turn, and I do actually get it, and I put it within range to get killed. So here he brings in Altaria. Now here, I know I need to get damage off on this thing, because I know at a +1, I will never survive. I will never survive this thing. So here, I just decided I'm going to reveal the Iron Head. I want to do the clean amount of damage that I can do. So, so here he Mega Evolves. I go for the Iron Head. I'm hoping for the flinch. I don't get the flinch. And he Dragon Dances. Now I know he is faster. So I have two options here. I can either stay in and chance getting killed to a return, or I can sack off Snee to get a free switch in to Muck. And Muck could possibly poison it, but I will get a free. I will do some residual damage getting a Shadow Sneak off. So my best bet was to get into Snee. Now this is where this is definitely where Rocks would have come in handy, because Rocks would have put it definitely within range of here, but I would have had to switch out after that. It would have been a lot more switching around, getting into this Slowking and all of that. So with that, I decide I'm going to switch out, and I'm going to sack off Snee here. And so Snee is going to take this +1 return. Now at this point, I'm kind of like, okay, I don't have anything that's faster than this. I knew this going into it, that I wasn't going to be faster. Especially because I didn't bring Mega Alakazam. If I had brought Mega Alakazam, it would have definitely been in range to be killed by a Hidden Power Ice by Mega Alakazam. But I didn't bring that. So I decided, I'm like, okay, I need to try to do something. I'm going to get into Muck, and I'm going to try to wear this thing down to put it within range of Selkie's Vacuum Wave. So I go for it. I don't get the poison. It doesn't put it within range, as the Vacuum Wave does that. He goes for Earthquake, takes out Muck. Now at this point, I'm pretty much like, great, I have nothing left. I don't have anything. I can't go into Mantine, because Mantine dies because of its percentage. I could probably go into Garchomp, but I'd have to set Garchomp, and Garchomp is a huge part to play in this battle, and I need him later in the game. So here I just decide I'm going to go into Lele, and I'm pretty much just going to get, I'm pretty much at this point expecting to get kind of swept. So I go in, I set up the Psychic Terrain. I just go for Psychic because it's the stab move to do. It's under Psychic Terrain. It will kill it. It'll do damage to anything that comes in. And this is the part of the match that is kind of interesting. Here's where the biggest turning point comes in. So I go for Psychic. He actually reveals Earthquake, and I live it. Now, this is the thing. If it is speed invested, if it's speed and attack, not only does he outspeed, he kills me. With return. Return does 100% guaranteed a +1. He could have actually KO'd me here, just because I don't have the bulk defense. I don't have the defenses for this. But he goes for Earthquake. I don't know if he was expecting me to switch into Lucario at this point and trying to catch it on switch in, or what was going on. So I don't understand. I don't quite understand why he went for Earthquake here. Maybe he was trying to make a prediction that I would go in and then maybe switch into Selkie, predicting him to go for the return, and then he could go for the Earthquake or whatever it was, maybe. But I don't know. Bullet Punch would have come in handy here, maybe because I still haven't shown him Selkie yet, and I still haven't shown that it's a special Selkie, that it's a special Lucario. So here I actually get the Psychic off, and I'm able to take out the biggest threat on this team. So here's when I realized it was Scarf. Now in the battle, we're 13 turns in, he brings this thing, and I'm like, okay, I can get another free Psychic off. I know I'm faster than this thing, and then he hits the Icicle Crash, and this is when I realized, oh my god, he's Scarfed. If I had noticed that on turn 1, I would have gotten those spikes up. I could have taken out Heatran without having to switch and take the Hidden Power Electric. I could have done 10 different things, and it would have helped, as I had the defenses on Mantine to survive 1/1 return and get a Haze off, and then Haze would have gotten it, and I probably just would have sat there and hazed until he killed me and got it within pretty much range to where Garchomp could have killed it. But as it is, we still have to play with this. So he goes for the Icicle Crash, he nails it. So at this point, I just decide I'm going to go into Lucario here, as I know that he is locked into Icicle Crash. He can't kill me with it, so I can get this, and I'm guaranteed to kill it with Flash Cannon. So I go. He switches out here as he doesn't want to take close combat, as probably what he's expecting. He doesn't know what kind of set I'm running, maybe whatever it is. As I go for Flash Cannon, he actually brings in Sock, and Sock takes clean 70%. I show the Life Orb damage, and he actually shows that he has the leftovers, which is great for me, because I'm like, okay, I no longer have to worry about it. Now here, I was kind of fearing the Mach Punch, just because I didn't want to take any residual damage that I didn't need to take. And so I was like, well, crap, I'll just switch out. Here, I should have just realized I am faster. I'm faster than this whole team. I could have gone for another Flash Cannon, and it would have done clean work damage to it. So here I just decided I'm going to switch out, as I'm going to preserve Selkie. Selkie is my win con. Here he goes for the close combat. He does not kill my Mantine, but he does get the defense lowers. Here I'm just going to eat it up and sack off Mantine, as I want to get another one. He goes for Poison Jab. Sure, whatever. Here, I think I just decide to go into Garchomp, and Garchomp is I'm just going to go for the Dragon Claw, in case he wants to try to make the prediction and go into Mightywear, as Dragon Claw does 50% to Mightywear, and he won't be able to Shell Smash. Here's the biggest play of the match. I'm rocking the Achi Berry. Now, I knew he was going to bring Mantine back in after sacking that off. I know he's going to go for the Icicle Crash. If he flinches, I will lose, because I won't be able to do enough damage to put this thing within range of Selkie's Mach Punch. Or I'd have to chance, hitting it with a Flash Cannon. It just becomes down to rolls at this point. I know I have the Achi Berry. I know that as long as he doesn't flinch me or crit me, I will survive this. I have the defenses for this, and I have the bulk. And he hits it, I eat the Achi Berry, and we survive on 17%. All those bulk investments coming in handy right there. As I just decide I'm going to get an Earthquake off. Boom. Now, I do 62%. I know it's within range of Vacuum Wave, as everything he has is now pretty much in range of Vacuum Wave. Now that the Heatran no longer has its Assault Vest, this thing dies to Vacuum Wave, as it does. Vacuum Wave does 50 to 60%, and then I know I'm faster than Mightywear while its shields are up, and I get a Flash Cannon off, and a Flash Cannon is a one-hit KO, guaranteed. So here, I just decide I'm going to sack it off, hoping for the miss. Nope. Not going to happen. Not my luck. So I bring in Selkie, and from the rest of this, I pretty much click Vacuum Wave. I click the Vacuum Wave, as I know I'm going to kill it. He doesn't know what he's going to hit, as I now reveal that I am Special Lucario. I revealed it before that I was Special Lucario, so I do reveal that I do have the Vacuum Wave. I kill that. He brings in the other one, probably going to try to get the Earthquake off. He doesn't outspeed my priority. I'm able to kill it. And then lastly, he brings in his last win con, which is the Mightywear, as I'm going to go for the Flash Cannon and KO this, and we take a 1-0 victory this week. Now, we got very lucky this match. With the fact that the Altaria play pretty much changed the entire tide of the match. If he had not missed that Lucario, let me rephrase that, if he had gone for return, he probably would have swept through most of my team. I don't even think +1 Lucario survives a +1 return, or not an Earthquake. I would have had to go into Garchomp. He would have had to take a return to put it, to do the damage, to put it within range of Vacuum Wave, and even then Vacuum Wave is like a roll. It's like 12 to 16%. It would have been a roll on Vacuum Wave, and I wouldn't have been able to Vacuum Wave anyway because of Lele's terrain. So it could have just ended very badly for us, and we could have lost 4-0 here. But we lucked out, and we picked up the win this week, and we needed that win. It doesn't help that we won by 1-0. If we could have won by 3 or 4, it would have helped. So, yeah. So next week we battle against the Trevenants. Now I'm not sure what's going on with the Trevenants, as they have actually no, I do know what's going on with the Trevenants. Now they have taken 3 forfeits in a row. So I did message them on Discord, and apparently they still want to battle, so we're gonna battle apparently. So apparently all my opponents are going to get free wins, and we're going to have to battle for ours. So the fate of our playoff luck is going to hang in the balance, because a lot of my opponents above me in this opponent and also the Baxel Biosharps, they have a lot of free wins via forfeits they've taken throughout the year. So they're not sure what's going to happen with the playoffs on our side, because there's so many forfeits going around. So I'll leave that up to the mods and how they want to do it, but we are going to actually battle the Tennessee Trevenants, and last time we took them in 4-0 fashion on the back of Hercules. So we're going to have to get lucky with this, and we're going to definitely have to work that into our advantage. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in our next video when we take on the Trevenants and we go playoffs or bust. Alright, I'll see you guys around.